Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're going to get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. So right now we're looking at TSNPD on the 30-minute time frame and we're down 6.57% today. But on a technical basis, we are still trading in our bull flag and we are near levels of support. So right now we did claw our way off of support. Now we are just kind of hovering here in the middle of this channel. So I expect us to continue to trade in this flag for the foreseeable future. We have a conclusion of this at the beginning of April. So until then, we are just going to wait and watch here on Humble Inc. Today down 6.57%. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL on the 30-minute time frame, and we were up 4% here on Sundial, but we actually got rejected here by our line of resistance. So you can see we actually back tested it 4 times here and we got rejected every single time, and we did close out the day below. But in terms of buying volume, we had a lot of buyers relative to sellers today. If I pull this out onto our daily time frame, our MACD is still above, and if we can start to curl up here, that would look absolutely bullish here in the short term. But as long as SNDL is below this level of resistance, we are bearish here on SNDL. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the 30-minute time frame. So we're up about 2.44% here on IGEN. Biggest thing here is we need to break above this level of resistance. So you can see in the short term, we have been in this descending pattern right here. And so this level right here is a critical trend line that as long as we are above this, we are bullish on IGEN, but whenever we are below this, we are bearish. And so tomorrow is going to be an absolutely critical day because we are going to get price action that is going to go along this line. But if we can break this right here, that would be extremely bullish in my opinion on IGEN. If we look at our MACD here on the 30-minute time frame, we are still looking bullish. If we can claw our way above this point, that would be extremely bullish. So for IGEN, biggest thing tomorrow is to break above this level right here at around 12.9. So we did close today at 12.6 and we did creep up slowly the entire day. So let's see if we can build on this momentum tomorrow and break through resistance. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HCMC on the 30-minute time frame, and we actually closed right below resistance here. And so with HCMC, we need to break this level of resistance. We need to back test, and then we should start to see some bullish momentum. We did back test our 50 SMA multiple times and we did hold, so that is bullish here in the short term. And so if I pull this out here onto our daily time frame, our MACD does not look the greatest right now, but if we can start to curl up right here, that would look extremely bullish. So as of right now, we are still bearish because we are below this level of resistance. And as long as we are below this level of resistance, we will maintain our bearish stance here on HCMC in the short term. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ACDC on a 30-minute time frame. And so tough day today, down 5.77%. But on a technical basis, we are still holding above our uptrend and we are still looking good. And so the longer we kind of consolidate in this range, that does let me know that we will get a nice springward movement either up or down sometime in the foreseeable future. And so anytime you can kind of catch this on a level of support, I do think in the long run this is going to be a very cheap price to be getting ACDC. They are getting a lot more contracts, they will be getting a lot more business in the future, and so they are going to compete with a Tesla when it comes to batteries. And so when you're catching it at 49 cents Canadian at a level of support, doesn't seem the worst idea for the long term. Next stock of the day, we're looking at High Tide on the 30-minute time frame, and so we were up 7.35% here today on High Tide, and we are holding above our level of support. So this has been a key level of support in the short term. You could see that we were hovering here for a while, we broke down, clawed our way back up, and now again we are wrestling here with this level of support, but we are well above this point. And so for the long term, I think this is a beautiful opportunity to be buying into High Tide. We are starting to get more investors into the cannabis space, and so I do think this is an industry that is only going to grow and it's only going to get bigger, and this company is profitable and they have a solid business plan with their company. And so with High Tide right now, as long as we are above this level of support, we should see better days in the future. Next stock of the day, we're looking at FERN on the 30-minute time frame. So FERN was up about 23%. We are getting really close to this line of resistance that we really need to break here on FERN Hill. So we kind of got rejected here today and we did come back down. But if we continue this momentum, we should see a nice break of this level of resistance, and that would be a very nice opportunity, in my opinion, to get in for a quick little run up from this point on. And so we are still watching this very closely. Overall, FERN has had very nice price action above this 100-day SMA. You can see we back tested this 50 a whole bunch of times, and then we back tested the 100 once, and now we are making our way back up. So solid day overall here on Fernhill Corp. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SPLIF on the 30-minute time frame. So SPLIF was only up 4.19%, but I do believe that this stock is going to have a crazy run sometime in the short-term future. Reason I say that is our 50 SMA has now crossed both our 200 and our 100-day SMA, and we did hold our 50 SMA. And so if we can start to get more price action above this point, I do think SPLIF is going to have a nice little run here in the foreseeable future. So if I pull this out onto the daily time frame, just to look at our MACD, one thing I want to mention is our MACD was only positive one time, and that was in 2018. You can see we've been negative pretty much this entire time, except for this slight little bit right here and slight little bit right here. So if we can get a nice little curl here on our MACD, that will be extremely bullish here on SPLIF stock. Next stock of the day, we're looking at Social Life Network here on the 30-minute time frame. So we're up 7.41%. Absolutely solid day today, held above support, trading well above support. MACD is positive, so if we pull this out here onto the daily time frame, we could see that our MACD is just starting to make a move. So if we kind of just curl this up a little bit right now, I do think we are going to start to see a lot better movement here on Social Life Network. This is one of my favorite penny stocks for the long term, and I do think we will start to see a lot better return on this one in the foreseeable future. So solid price action here for WDLF above our level of support. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ASTI on the 30-minute time frame. So we were down 4.75% with this one. This one's extremely volatile. We were bleeding here, and you guys remember we had this crazy run up, and then we came right back down. And so as long as we are below this level of resistance, we are bearish on ASTI. We are kind of in no man's land right now above this 50 SMA. We would love to see a back test and bounce off this 50 SMA, and then potentially a swing play from this point on until this level of resistance. But for a bullish stance, we would love to see the price action above this level of resistance. But until then, we are just sitting and waiting and watching ASTI. Next stock of the day, we're looking at MJNA on the 30-minute time frame. And so we were up 3.68%, and a common theme in the cannabis industry is that we got rejected by our level of resistance and we kind of just pushed downwards. And so the biggest thing here for a lot of the cannabis stocks is to break that level of resistance that we got rejected by today. So that is pretty bearish in the short term to see that the entire sector got rejected by a level of resistance. But if we can just curl our way back up, it would look good. Overall, we have a slight little cup, potentially a handle. So if we start to move up a little bit, we could have a nice little cup and handle here on the 30-minute time frame. But overall, I do think MJNA has more upside than downside potential in the medium term. And so we are still watching this one closely. We really wanted to break this level of resistance for a nice little play. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the 30-minute time frame. We finally had a pretty nice day here, up 15%, and we actually closed right on our 100-day SMA. And so this could be a very nice opportunity to get into HYSR. It does look like our MACD could potentially be curling down, so I would not be pulling the trigger just yet. Be patient here on this one, but if we can hold this 100-day SMA, this does look like a nice opportunity for a swing play. But until we get that distinctive price action, we are still waiting and watching. But you can just see on the 30-minute time frame, our MACD has been pretty much negative this entire time. If I pull this out here onto the daily time frame, yeah, we are still kind of just dipping down. And if we can start to get this curl out right here, this could be a nice little bottom in the short term, and we could trade this up until we get to about a positive MACD. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at right now for HYSR. There you guys have it. That was our quick little update on all the explosive penny stocks on our watch list. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on that road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I will see you guys in the next one.